Many advisors suggest investing in bonds, but don't explain the risks. In today's video, we will talk about 1. What are corporate bonds? And 2. What are the risks when you invest in corporate bonds? Let's get started. A corporate bond is a loan to a company. For example, let's say you own $100 of a 5% interest rate bond with a 10-year maturity. That means you will receive $5 in interest payments a year. When the bond matures in 10 years, the company will pay you $100 back. This is like a treasury bond, except the borrower is a company instead of the US government. So what are the risks of owning a corporate bond? First, there is default risk. This is the risk that a company runs out of money and is unable to pay you back. To use an analogy, when a homeowner defaults on their mortgage, the bank takes over the house and sells it to recover their loan. Similarly, when a company defaults on their debt, lenders and bond owners take over the company and try to get their money back. I generally suggest not to buy individual corporate bonds unless you have modeled a company's cash flows. Only then can you determine the probability of default risk. Even companies that are well known and appear safe sometimes borrow too much. The second risk is interest rate risk. Most bonds have fixed interest rates. Remember the earlier example of a 5% interest corporate bond? The 5% interest payment never changes, but the price of the bond can go up or down. For example, when the Fed unexpectedly raised rates due to inflation, the 10-year Treasury rate increased from 1 to 4%. As a result, corporate bond prices fell. This is because fewer investors want to own 5% interest corporate bonds when you can own 4% Treasury bonds with zero default risk. A good way to think about this is corporate bonds must have a higher effective interest rate than zero default risk Treasury bonds. If a corporate bond had an interest rate of 5% when Treasury rates were 1%, that's a 4% gap. Now that Treasuries are at 4%, that same bond may need an effective interest rate or yield of 8% to maintain that 4% gap. But remember, the corporate bond's interest rate is fixed at 5%. As a result, investors sell the bond until the bond's price reflects a yield of 8%. For a 10-year bond with a 5% fixed rate, the price has to fall from 100 to 80 to reach a yield of 8%. Keep in mind, if you own this 5% corporate bond, you don't have to sell it. Even though the price dropped, you can hold it until the bond matures in 10 years. Then you're paid the entire principal back. What you lose out on is the potential to own other higher interest rate bonds. Important point. Most bond ETFs do not hold bonds until maturity. Instead, they keep selling bonds and buying new ones. Because ETFs don't hold bonds until maturity, they will sell bonds at a loss when interest rates go up more than expected. The result is when you own a typical bond ETF, you have less default risk because you own many corporate bonds, but you do have high interest rate risk. This is why the 3-year return for most bond ETFs is negative right now, because prices have dropped as Treasury rates have gone up. One question I get asked often is, should I buy bonds now because the Fed is expected to decrease rates in 2024? The answer is not necessarily. If you look at the Treasury yield curve, investors actually already expect rate cuts. So bond prices only increase if the Fed cuts rates more than expected. Ironically, bonds sometimes perform best during recessions. This is because the Fed starts to cut rates more and faster than expected. So what does this all mean? Let's summarize. 1. Individual corporate bonds are hard to invest in unless you analyze default risk. 2. Your typical bond ETF is hard to invest in unless you can predict future interest rates. Maybe bond prices will go up because rates go down faster than expected, but it's hard to predict. Make sure you're aware when you buy most bond ETFs today, you are taking a specific macroeconomic bet. So what are some options if you like bonds? Here are a few. 1. You can buy individual treasury bonds or CDs with zero default risk. This avoids the default risk from holding individual bonds. If you hold individual bonds to maturity, you also decrease interest rate risk. 2. If you want higher returns, you can consider defined maturity bond ETFs. Instead of continuously selling and buying new bonds, these ETFs hold bonds to maturity. The price of the ETF can still go up and down based on how treasury rates move, but you can always hold the ETF until all the bonds mature. 3. In a future video, we'll talk about private loans. One of the advantages of private loans is the interest rate goes up or down based on treasury rates. This is called floating rate debt and avoids interest rate risk. Thanks for listening in. I'm Nick, and I've worked in finance for almost a decade. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and follow our channel for future videos. You can check out our WeChat group for more wealth and retirement tips. Talk to you next time. Bye.